Good morning and welcome to my Slimming World Vlogmas, day 11. Who delivers presents to cats? Santa Paws. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you another recipe for vegetable samosas. Now this is a recipe that was on the last page of one of the magazines. There is a very similar recipe on the website which I will link below, but if you do want this specific recipe then I can send you a picture if you contact me either by leaving a comment with your email address or by contacting me on my Instagram, which is at Debster_SW, or my Facebook, which is Debbie on Slimming World. So with all that said, I'm not going to show you the ingredients just yet. We'll do that in a while because I just want to get the first step over and done with. So vegetable samosas, this makes 12 and they are 1 sin each. So let's see what the first step is. So we need 150 grams of potato, peeled, boiled and mashed. So I've just weighed this one and it's 190, so I'm sure that'll be plenty once I've peeled it, chopped it, left some in the pan, etc. So I'm going to get this potato chopped, boiled and mashed, and then I'll hopefully have a chance to show you the rest of the ingredients while we're waiting for the potato. Right, so my potato is boiling away, so while I'm waiting for that I'll tell you what else you need for the samosa recipe. So you'll need 1 Echalion shallot, that's Echalion, however you say that, or 2 to 3 regular shallots. So I've got 3 shallots, fresh root ginger and garlic. I'm just going to cheat, and I've got ground ginger and ground garlic, medium curry powder. I've just got mild, I'm just working with what I have. 30 grams of frozen peas defrosted. So I've got my peas there. Freshly chopped coriander and cumin seeds. Again, I'm cheating. I've got ground coriander and ground cumin. It's up to you if you want to use fresh things, you can do. And phyllo pastry, and you'll also need an egg, and that is to seal the phyllo pastry. So I need to get on and finely chop these shallots. I think I have shown this gadget before, but it's really good for fine chopping. It's just a string operated chopper. Andrew got it off Amazon and the brand is Briefton's. So all you do is roughly chop your vegetables, in this case it's the shallots, and pull the string, so you don't need any electric or anything. You might get a few odd bits, so just make sure it's all chopped. A bit of skin left in there. A little bit more. Watch your fingers on the blades, and there is your finely chopped shallots. So I will see if the potato is done and move on to the next step. I've got a frying pan sprayed with garlic fry light. Mr. Fawcett wants to get involved as usual, so we need to add the shallots into the frying pan.
Yeah, I'm just taking the skin out. Right, here we go. Bung it in.
On a medium-high heat, it says. Andrew says that's number 7. So I'm just frying off the shallots.
Can you smell onions?
I'm going to have to pause you a minute because I need something out of the drawer. You were blocking the drawer, so I had to move you to get a spoon. So we need a teaspoon of ginger, or you can use your freshly grated root ginger. So we'll stick that in. Then we need a teaspoon of the garlic granules, or your freshly grated garlic.
I'm using that then.
Whichever. And we also need a teaspoon of cumin.
It's coming right up.
It's so funny, isn't it? So I'm adding my ground cumin in. And then it says to stir fry for 4 minutes. So I'll just stir that in. Get rid of any lumps of powder. Might just spray that again. Oh. And I shall be back. Right, so the shallots have been stir frying for 4 minutes. Then we need to add the potatoes. So once again, what you need to do with the potato is boil it and peel and boil it and mash it. I've just crushed it really. So we'll add that in. And then we need to add the peas, so 30 grams of frozen or defrosted garden peas, a tablespoon of medium curry powder, so I'll just add a couple of teaspoons. And then we need to stir fry for a further 4 to 5 minutes. Andrew says the house is smelling delightful. He really doesn't like any exotic flavours, so no doubt he's not a happy man at the moment because the house is smelling like curry. I'm going to turn that down a little bit because the potatoes stick in. So I will be back in another few minutes. So here's my potato and shallot mixture. And that was stir fried for about 8 minutes altogether. It does stick a little bit to the bottom, so I just added a little bit of water. And you need to take that off the heat and let it cool for a minute. And then here comes the science bit. So I'll just show you the phyllo pastry again. This one is just roll, but the recipe says that you want 2 45-gram sheets. And what you need to do is place the sheets on top of each other and cut into 6 strips, each 7.5 centimetres wide. So you need to measure that along the longest edge, and I've just made some small marks, and then what I'm going to do is cut down to make long strips. Like so. Make sure your work surface is really dry, because this sticks quite easily to a wet surface. So there I've got 12 strips altogether. So remember, this is my first time making this recipe, so you're learning at the same time as me. So I've got 1 strip here, and we need a teaspoon again. And we need to get a heaped teaspoon of the mixture. Try and get some peas in as well. So a heaped teaspoon, like so. I'll probably flatten it a bit. And then, where's my phone gone? There. Now it says brush with egg afterwards, but I might just brush just a tiny little bit just to help it seal. And then it says, actually, put it a bit further up. Getting into difficulties now. Fold into triangles. Like so. That was quite easy actually. So just wrap them up like triangles, like parcels, and brush with egg. You can't see that, can you? I'll show you again in a second. Not perfect triangles, but... And here I've got a baking tray lined with baking paper. Don't tell Andrew, it's his expensive equipment. So I will show you that again because I don't think you could see that properly. Let me straighten you up a bit. So you've got your strip here. Just check there is only one, because they do quite easily stick together. Take a good portion of the mix, put it quite high, and just move it up a little bit. There we go. This way a bit. There we go, that's better. Brush with a tiny bit of egg. Then start with your triangles and just fold like so. You might be able to do it a little bit more artistically than me. That's better, that one. And just fold in the excess pastry. And then any little bits, just any little sticky out bits, brush with egg and place on your tray. So I'll do one more to show you. And these are going to be 1 cent each. I think that's mainly for the phyllo because everything else is free. Keeping an eye on your mix just to make sure you've got enough left. Just give a little dab with the egg. I think there's a little bit too much in there. Pat it down and fold it diagonally so that you get a sort of triangle shape, and pack it in tightly. And as I say, brush any sort of edges with egg again and onto your tray. So mine aren't perfect triangles, you might be able to get better ones, but maybe we'll improve with practice. So I will continue with the rest of the mixture and show you what they look like. Here we go, here's my 12 samosas. Now they're not perfect shape, I did get a couple of good triangles. So you just want to brush with a bit more egg. I needed to make them a bit smaller anyway to fit on my tray. And these need to be baked on 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until lightly golden and crisp. So I will come back to you when they're all cooked. And again, these will be one sin each. I'm really looking forward to these, and I think what I'll do is I'll freeze some. Because obviously we're about 2 weeks before Christmas, so I'll freeze a good portion and get them out when I want a buffet style tea. Here's the finished vegetable samosas. So they were cooked on 180 degrees and the recipe says 15 to 20 minutes, and we actually did them for 18. So we did them for the initial 15 and then an extra 3 minutes. And I think they've got a really nice colour on them. They're nice and firm and they've got crispy corners. Here's the best 2 triangles that I managed. And then what it says is to serve it with a natural plain yoghurt with some coriander and mint in. I don't have any mint, but I have put a bit of coriander and salt in. So I'm just going to have a little nibble now so that I can taste them, and I'm going to freeze the rest. So there you go, that is my vegetable samosas. Ideal for a buffet or to go on the side of an Indian meal or for snacking or even pack-ups or anything like that. So if you try them, let me know. Thanks for watching.